Cotman, Crawford, and the Jersey Guy podcast.
Hey everybody, Keny Cotman.
Louis Crawford.
And I'm Tom Ramage, the Jersey Guy.
Yeah, how you doing?
What is up? That was like a really slow, like...
Who the hell did that?
You did. You didn't pay no mind. What the fuck you doing?
Who's making noises like that?
You just did.
Sorry.
See? That was you, man. So what's going on, my fellas? Everything good? Everybody groovy?
Yeah, everything's good.
Nice,
Everything's
peace,
groovy.
Yeah.
calm and collected, chilling,
Everything is...
mellow. Boom. Cool.
Yeah.
So, jump right into this one. This week's topic is collectibles. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Yes, that's the good grooviness right there. So, collectibles. Everything is collectible.
That's right. You know, some things are common, like comic books, baseball cards.
Right.
Yep.
And some
Coins.
things are weird, like fingernail clippings.
Okay.
No.
What are you doing on your free time, bro? Holy shit. Yeah.
Please.
Don't incriminate yourself, bro.
Yeah.
I'll put this in the skin box.
Yeah. Clarice.
No, I was doing Gold Member.
Oh, that was Gold Member.
Put it
Yes.
in the
Oh, that
skin
was
box.
nasty. That's
And
right.
he's like,
That wasn't
he
that.
like has his tongue out to go eat it.
Yeah. Oh, that was nasty.
Oh, I
bro.
did shave this one for later.
That is fucking hilarious, man. Oh my God, that's nasty. But yes, so everything is collectible, literally. There is something for everyone that they're gonna want, like, and or try to just have of. So, like you said, comic books. We got baseball cards, basketball cards, Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
You know, the kids had all them shits back in the day. Fantasy figurines, crystals, like Lou said now, coins.
I mean, you know,
Money.
You know what's an interesting one that because people are big into like pop, not so much. This isn't so much pop culture, but they're big into like time frame era.
Yup.
And people like they love that 1950s kitchen look. I couldn't wait to get rid of that from my kitchen. when I bought my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
But, like,
right?
They got
They did
the
more of the
50s
vintage.
refrigerator,
Yeah.
the vintage
Right. Yeah.
refrigerator. They got the vintage.
If it's done
washer
right, it
and
looks good,
dryer.
you know?
Right, yeah, but still, I mean, I don't know. My most favorite collectible.
Some people love that stuff.
No, my second most favorite collectible, sneakers. Sneakers.
Right? You do.
Yeah.
You
Sneakers,
collect the
yes.
sneakers.
Yup.
Yeah,
that's right.
Sneakers are where it's at, right there. And I wear them, I use them, clean them, and all that other good shit, so that they always look, basically new. But yeah, man, everything, you can flip everything. Flip meaning, you buy it, you pay one, and then just
collectible.
flip it and make it into whatever. We got, I was researching comics. Now, comics, they kind of, depending on, it's like anything else, though. If you're going to be able to sell it to somebody who wants it, then you'll make money off of it. Cars, same thing with cars. Like, I don't see, and there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to buy a 1960 whomever.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to pay $100,000 or
Some people can do
$200,000
that,
for it.
though.
But people are cool with doing that. Spending $250,000 on
that's the
a
thing.
vintage car like that.
It's not, but we're saying it's not really about what we would do, but mostly what the different types of things that people are collecting.
When it
out
comes
there.
to
There's so
collecting,
much to,
There's two sides to the coin of collecting. There's the side of saving it, kind of like
Right.
for like like flipping it.
Right,
and then
right.
there's the people who just want to have
Right.
the whole
Just to have it.
set of
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
They just maybe it's their childhood.
Right, it has it's a meaning to them. It's,
Right.
it's
I remember
it's
my
something
friend
that's very sentimental.
In the 2000s, he was already collecting. He started like starting buying some of his old action figures that he had as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people have the the kung fu GI Joes.
GI Joe.
Right.
What
You
else
know,
it
they
was
have the
the
whole
figurines,
stuff. I had that when I
but
was a kid. You had the big Jeep, you had the whole thing,
Yeah.
and the scar
Kung
on the
Fu
face.
grip.
The
For
kung
me, it
fu
was.
grip.
We talked about it on the kids episode, but like we had the smaller figurines because I was
Right, you had the small one. We had the
big
beginning
ones.
of
They
the GI
tried
Joe.
bringing them back when I was older, but they somewhere.
Well, even the little green army men.
Yeah.
Just having
Green
those
Army
sets.
Men,
Yeah. Like those, that's a collectible if you get them.
remember those.
I think we were talking about two in the other episode.
Yeah,
where,
but doesn't it depend on which one though, and how?
right, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So like, you have the right one, you
If
find
you
the
had
right
some
one.
when you were your kid, can you imagine if you had that?
Dude, and all the we talked about it before.
Remember the 80s muscle men? They were like little figurines. Like
Right,
this. They were like little 1-inch
yes.
figurines, and they were all like, and they were
Right, and that's
they're all
what I'm saying.
roided out.
Bro, the action figures, the WWE action figures, the Hulk Hogan's, the Andre the Giant,
These were just like those two, yeah. But I mean, there was these little 1-inch figurines, and they
No,
were
yeah, I
one
remember what you
color.
meant.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh,
was-
you're talking about.
Yeah, because it was like the micro machines.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh yeah, but you're talking about WWE too.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, just all the different
Oh, I
things,
had the
because if you had those,
WWE,
did you? I didn't have any of those.
And or at the time it's called WWF. But yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I almost forgot about that.
You know what's a shame? You know what my favorite time before I doesn't get too sidetracked for WWE is the Attitude Era. That is my favorite, hands down. and they stopped calling it Attitude because it used to be called WWF Attitude. It used to be called, and then once they called it WWE, they dropped the Attitude thing.
Yeah. I
Lost
forgot
their
about
attitude.
that.
But anyway, that was with the Undertaker,
Right, yeah.
Degeneration X.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Remember Undertaker? He had it was Undertaker versus Kane. He had the acolytes.
Yeah,
Do you
the
remember
brother.
the fucking
Yeah.
acolytes? The guy, the Gangrel, he'd come out of the ground.
Yeah, it was great, man.
That was a good.
And but that's when they were really going bananas selling all the figurines or the action figures,
Yes, the
because
video
those are different
games,
things. The
all that.
video games. So if you have Dreamcast, if you have
that's another collectible.
the original Atari 2600,
I got the
stuff like that.
GameCube, baby.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. So if you had the GameCube and it still works,
Yeah.
and
Still
the
works.
cartridges or the discs,
Oh,
still
yeah.
work and whatnot, bro, you can get good money for that.
Hook
right
it
there.
up.
NES too. The
NES.
Yes.
There's that's a very sought out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Because not only is it a collectible, you can play it.
Right.
That's the fucking cool part.
Yup.
You can play all these old games.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
You can get an emulator and blah blah blah. but
Right. It's not the same. Yeah. No.
You can get
Yeah.
an emulator and hook it up to your TV and buy the aftermarket controllers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But it's not the same.
No,
it's not the
Actually
same.
having the
Yeah.
system and seeing that.
I still have the original
box with
Wii.
the lid that flips.
I still have the original Wii.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
How come we never played?
Oh yeah.
I still have that, but I got because I got the other one.
Way. Oh okay.
Yeah, I'll hook it up next time. I'll have it when you guys come over. I'll have it.
Dude, man, I'll
we'll-
whoop your
we'll-
ass
I
in
will
some
own you,
fucking
man.
Wii
We'll own
frisbee.
you.
It's
We'll do
over.
some boxing.
Some golf.
Yeah, the boxing. No, my son
Do the
whooped my
Wii
ass
golf?
in boxing. Fuck. Yeah, no, the golf. I'll whoop your ass in the
Oh,
golf.
you don't want none,
Oh
bro.
my bro,
I'm
here we
telling
go.
you, right now,
See?
you do not.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm about to teach them. I'm about to learn your lesson, boy.
So people collect a lot of things, right? So we just say, we say stamps. Stamps.
No, we didn't say stamps. Yeah,
Right?
stamps.
Pokemon cards, you said that. Antiques are another thing.
Right.
A lot of people go to antique stores and they find, whether it's old pictures or paintings. Sometimes they find stuff by
Antique
accident.
Roadshow.
Yes.
And boom, they hit a gold
Had
mine.
like a $70,000 vase in her house.
Can you imagine?
Fucking know it.
Dude, and then didn't even
Can you
know it.
imagine being on the show going,
This
excuse
is
me?
valued at $70,000. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that, please?
This vase that my grandmother gave that I found in my grandmother's house during the
Right.
the you
Yeah.
know when
Yeah.
after she died. You know,
Dude, that's when you hit ka-dunk because somebody hit the floor. Like, oh,
Right.
yeah, later for that. I
At
mean,
auction, it would probably get such and such. And
Yeah,
be like,
at the right auction.
Is there one here today?
right, yeah, exactly. We having one now?
Can you
Want to
tell
buy
me where
it?
that auction is? Because I will be there.
Yeah,
Now.
let's go. Yeah, no, I mean, and it's crazy because, some people can't let go of some of their collectibles, and like I said, I have
It
comic
depends
books
on
out the games. Right.
how bad they got with it.
Because some people look at it as not a collectible, but an heirloom,
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, it's a collectible. It's not an heirloom. Sell that shit. Unless it's like a necklace or something like that, a brooch, maybe a watch.
An heirloom is like, if you like your
Yeah, well-
grandfather gave it to your father.
Yeah,
and your,
but see, my uncle gave me my comic books. That shit is a fucking, that's a
having
comic book. It's a
yeah.
collectible.
Right. I have comic books from back.
my father, he had this watch in his ass.
Fucking idiots. I swear to God.
That was what Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction. But yeah, but that's what it is. You have to just. I'm just saying that because people are hoarders.
Yeah,
some people are hoarders.
But don't forget, it's usually the rarity, the historical significance. So, excuse me.
Right.
The aesthetic appeal or other unique qualities. Collectibles can be included. like coins, stamps, comic books, trading cards, antiques, artwork, toys, memorabilia from movies, sports, like movie memorabilia is a big thing, right? If you have something from back in the day that let's say you went to the movie and they handed out something.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
From a certain movie.
Right.
And you still have it, and it's in the original package that you got it in, and, or it wasn't even open, or you got an extra one because you didn't open it.
Yeah.
I'll just wear this one and this one. I'll leave it closed and I'll never open it kind of thing.
Yeah.
People do that, and then you never know. That shit can be, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, even like with the coins.
Sports,
you do coins because, so like.
Yeah, my dad was big coin. My dad was.
So, but I'm saying like I meant the conversation we had that you were talking about, I forgot what it was we looked at, and we were talking about the three-legged.
Yeah, it's the nickel. The nickel. It depends on what year.
Right. I'm saying there's little things like that. Like I didn't even know. I forgot how we even got into that conversation that we're looking for that shit.
I found out there are actually, if you take a magnet to your pennies, there are ones that will be magnetic, and those are worth anywhere from $1.50 and up.
Really?
Yeah.
So dig it. So I can't say.
Or if it's punched twice, like if a certain coin is punched a certain way, if there's an error on it, it was punched with the wrong metal.
Right. Okay.
But it was a different die. Like, so,
a lot of money.
the gold coins they came out with back a few years back, they were dollar bills.
Right.
They were gold coins.
Yes.
Or if you get 2 serial numbers, that's another one.
Then they did, some quarters got minted that way.
Yeah.
From that gold that they use for the gold medals, right? I mean, for those gold coins. If you got that quarter, if you have one of those or you find one,
right?
Was there like extra material in the press?
No, it just by accident was punched with that. Right, I don't know how that happened, but something to
like they forgot to take the die out and they printed and they
and it went into circulation.
Like right.
And somebody gets that, it's worth. It's ridiculous what some of these coins go for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you gotta, they tell you before you put your coins in at the bank and you put them through the machine to get a list of things, the rarity of coins, what coins to look for, what dates, which, so if it's dimes, pennies, quarters, whatever it is, to look at them.
Yeah. Well,
and then throw those dates aside and then examine them.
Right. Well, there's an app
then
now.
Cash in your stuff.
There's an app now that you can turn around and take a picture of, do your coins, your monies.
Absolutely.
I saw one on comic books and I mean, just a whole bunch of different things. Like, what, man? I mean, think about it, bro. Nolan Ryan. I remember back in the day, my uncle had a whole shitload of Nolan Ryan baseball cards. Bro, we went to a comic shop. They gave him $5,000 right there. And this is back in the late 80s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? So, I mean, shit. Comic books.
So what are... So I was thinking, like, what are some, like... I know in the sneaker world they call them grails, right? Like a holy grail is supposed to be like something that's the most sought after thing.
So with Jordans, right? Like,
some Jordans.
So what is like the holy grail in different? Like, maybe we should talk about that. Like for baseball cards, the holy grail is what the Ernest Wagner card is. That what his name?
Right. So what it is
that
his
first name Ernest Wagner?
I think so, something like that. But so what makes the holy grail?
There's a bunch of them actually.
Is because the rarity.
Well,
right?
because the rarity and who made it. Yeah, so you have Topps, you have Fleer, stuff like that. With the comic books.
Those were the cigarette.
I mean, with the
I think
baseball
Ernest
cards.
Wagner, he's
cigarette ones.
Yeah, cigarette.
They
packs,
were in cigarette packs,
and he was against smoking.
Yes.
So he had them pull it all from the packs.
Right. Okay. There you go.
But a couple made into circulation.
Right.
So those ones
and if you have that, that's a lot of money.
That's what it is. So it's where, how that it was made.
If you have a Mickey Mantle card, a Babe Ruth card, any of those.
But again, see, it's not just the name.
No, it depends. Right. There's a bunch of different things that have.
Right. So then it has to be
Detective Comics number 27.
Right. So it has to be like a first run.
First Batman.
How much?
Oh, I didn't even look.
So it depends on. It has to be like a first run. So when you have a comic books, you have baseball cards and all that stuff. It has to be a first run, and it has to be depending on who made it. So like again with the baseball cards or sports cards, Fleer, Upper Deck and stuff like
Topps,
that.
Right?
Topps. So then depending on who it was that did it first. And then by the time that you have one that you can see if it's like I said first run or second run or whatever.
People would buy sets too and they wouldn't open them.
Right, but then you got to get lucky and hope that those sets are in there.
No,
you feel me? What you got?
So go back. So for Detective Comics number
He's
27.
stuttering. Yeah.
Sorry, Detective Comics number 27.
Right.
That's the first appearance of Batman. It's the first time we see Batman.
Right.
It was sold in May of 2022 for $1.74 million.
Nice.
There you go.
I guess this was the highest grade copy. It was in the best grade condition that you
could get it for that one, right?
Yeah.
Because of how old it is.
Right.
And then that's the other thing. Now you're looking at what the condition of it is. So they have someone with like numbers or good, excellent. Fair.
That wasn't the highest grade one. They said if it was they said at its grade it was a very good quality, but they say if it was the highest grade, which is CGM and -92, I don't know.
Right.
It would have been $3 million.
There you go. You see?
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the only reason why but see, again, now, depending on what it is and why it is. So when Batman came out and all the things going on with Batman right now and DC, that comic book is going to be worth that. The same thing with all the Marvel stuff.
Well, Superman first comic is sold for a lot of money.
And,
No. I'm saying like depending on what's going on as far as those things are going. So like I said, yes, that Batman movies are coming out. They revamping the whole idea of Batman. Boom, it went for that much money. Now you look at all the Marvel stuff. Iron Man comic books went through the freaking roof. Black Panther
all that
comics,
stuff
they all
did.
went up because of all the
absolutely.
movies that were coming out.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the other way it will happen too. It'll go down. I had a baseball card, and it was who was it? He was one of the ones that was he got in trouble with the steroids. He was in the Cubs. He was in the Chicago Cubs.
Which one? Chicago Cubs? It was
Jesus Christmas. I
He
know
was
who
hitting
it
a
is.
bunch of home
Sosa.
runs.
Sosa, yes.
Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa. So I had a Sammy Sosa super patch card. So baseball cards, they got to keep up with the keep thing popping. So they have things called jersey cards.
Yep.
They have a piece of the jersey cut into the card. I had what was called a super patch card. It was the patch on the jersey, and it was like bigger than normal. And it was a Sammy Sosa game worn. It's a game worn jersey. It's a piece of the actual jersey worn. So, and like I was like, oh shit, I should sell this. It's worth a lot of money. I was like, I'm gonna hold on to it. And then like 2 months later, the whole shit came out, and the fucking value just kept.
No way,
but
bro.
down.
I bet you if you look it up now, it might be worth something.
It might be worth.
Yeah.
It might be worth something now for sure.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh yeah, I want to get my hands on that. Now
because so many people probably burned it.
right.
But
So
the value kept going down, kept tanking.
Yeah.
you should check and see if it's up again.
I should check.
You
Do
should.
you still have it?
It might be. I don't know.
You got to go
I sold
find
a
it
lot- I
now.
sold
You
a
got to
lot
go
of
find it out of your house,
I
out of your
sold a lot of
stuff.
my collectibles.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, there's just so many things.
Wait,
like,
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say, what are you looking at?
Well, you were just saying like there are so many things. Like there are also people collect books.
Yep, that's right.
Postcards,
Yep.
watches, records. People collect records.
Yeah,
man.
so
I
now-
wish I had
Yeah.
all the records my parents had.
Yeah.
They had a ridiculous amount of records, and they got destroyed because they just let them go.
Right.
But I remember as a kid, they had the whole wall was lined up. I mean,
Yeah.
like a bookcase of records. It was just
I had
ridiculous.
a friend, his dad,
And good. I'm not talking just shit. I'm talking good music
Right. Yeah.
Well,
through the years.
it's funny because everybody thinks that whatever medium they had was going to be the last one. Like
Right.
the set keeps out. Everybody thought my friend's dad, he had racks and racks and racks of CDs.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous amounts. I was like, wow, your dad really likes CDs. Like, oh, he buys a lot of CDs. But like now CDs are obsolete.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But everybody buys them thinking, and then it's like, oh, we don't have
Because the
CDs anymore.
technology
Right.
changes.
Everything's streaming.
And right. So now, right. Exactly.
Well,
Everybody's
now,
streaming.
so with that
Exactly.
being said, though, it depends on what it is.
that
So
gonna be the
CDs.
final?
Well, no, but
Yeah.
CDs, it doesn't make a difference because you're gonna be able to get your music either now back because they're getting back into
But
LPs.
what about movies though?
The DVDs and stuff. Well, again,
It's still the
if
same
you're
thing.
gonna have, again, it just depends on what the medium is.
Yeah.
That then people are like, ooh, and it'll be nostalgia. So movies and music, not so much because you could get that now on anything.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna turn around and you have not movies and music, oh my goodness, video games. So now the video games, that's different. So when people thought that they were obsolete, because now you could get a PlayStation or an Xbox, you can download the games to that without having to buy, not having to go to the store and buy
And
an
get the
actual
game.
disc or
Or the cassette, or the
cartridge or
cartridge.
whatever.
Yeah.
So that then, if that medium, that will be like
Right.
boom, that's going to stay super popular, and to be able to play them like you were saying earlier. that way with the original joystick. So the the Ataris with
Right.
the
Back in the day,
little
that's
square like
old
that.
school right there, man. Oh my
you're looking
God.
at when the whatchamacallit came out, you're
It
playing
was Space Invaders.
Space Invaders and doing that stuff. But then you had Nintendo. So now you're sitting there with Nintendo and you had to blow the cartridge and put it in there just right. You know, you got
So I have a few of those
get it just in there,
cartridges too.
right. So you're doing that. Then you're looking at the old school joystick, because then you're doing track and field. You're like, they did it on purpose so you could hear that. That's why I did it. That because people know that sound, like you had to hit the AB to make them run through the game. So hearing that, it was a game called Contra.
Oh.
Up, down, left, right, BA, start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's
Select
stuff like
start
that.
if you have
Select
a friend.
start, right?
If you have a
Yeah.
friend.
If you have a friend, then you got to do for both you guys, and that would give you 100 men. Stuff like that. So I said, depends on the medium. That then it'll be worth money. CDs, music. Not so much.
Model trains,
dude. If I had
model
the trains
cars.
that I had when I was a kid, oh my God, we'd be doing this fucking
My
podcast.
father had a train set.
man.
He had some old. They were locomotives, and they actually, if you put like in the stack, so it would blow steam out of it.
Yep.
But it was so old. It was made out of. It was so heavy.
Yep.
It was made up.
Yeah. It was from like the 1920s, I think.
Yeah. It was
And
heavy.
you held
Yeah,
it,
all
and
day,
it was
like,
like it was like close to like 6 or 7 pounds. That
Wash
thing
your hands
fucking
after
weighed.
touching lead.
Yeah, exactly. You had to wash your hands. Yeah, but
No,
now
or
with
it was
those,
probably made of fucking casts.
Yeah,
Could
it
have been
was
cast
so
iron, too.
heavy, but it ran. It was an engine. You put it
Yeah.
on the track, and it ran.
yeah.
You know, it
Now
was
here's
electric.
the funny. So now the track itself was the conductor of electricity into the train to get it to go.
Yeah, right.
So that then, if you had the tracks, the old school tracks that had 3, 4 tracks, so it was 2 little ones in the middle, and then the outside tracks where the wheels actually sat on, those were worth more money than the ones that only had the 2 outside tracks that the wheels sat on.
Right.
Did you
No,
know
I
that?
had it was just the ones he had. It was just the smaller track.
Yeah, see, and so I had the big one, the 4 one, and man, I had the whole setup. I had an Amtrak engine and everything on there. Oh, dude, it was freaking great. Don't ask me where that shit went. That
Right.
was
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
I think one
If
time
we knew then,
Yeah,
what
no,
we know
I didn't throw
now.
it out. I think I had lost it because I think we had apartment had gotten robbed. It was a gift for me, and I think the apartment got robbed, and that's where I ended up losing
Right.
all that shit. And I mean, I was like maybe 12, 10
Right.
around then. I was like, no, but it was over within a week, and I don't remember.
So here's a good question: when does it go from collecting
to
to
a
hoarding?
right. Well, when it gets out of control, when you
'cause
can't walk through your house, well, I think you got a problem.
I remember the first time I ever heard about hoarding was when I was when I was in school, when I was in college. The professor I was having, he was talking about his father, and he said, "Yeah, my father's a hoarder." And I was like, "I don't know what the fuck that means." He's like, he doesn't ever throw his newspapers.
Newspapers.
What? He had stacks.
Yeah,
Some people do magazines.
right.
But to him, it was his collection. But like he told me his father's house had so many newspapers that you had to walk through
Like a maze.
Right.
like a pathway.
Right.
Right. Yeah,
crazy.
see, but
That's
then
nuts.
But
But
right,
like
so then
that's-
that would
It's out of hand. By that point,
Yeah.
it's not even something that
It's not a
it's
collection
enjoyable anymore. It's not
Right,
enjoyable.
there's a problem
It's
going on.
ruining
Yeah.
their life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Right.
controlling
That's
their
a
life,
fire
basically.
hazard too.
Yeah.
Imagine one flame.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
you
Yeah,
know,
be
fast
over.
paper
Well,
goes on.
right,
Yeah, you
but
drop one roach and it's all over.
yeah, it's over. Yeah, no smoking weed in this house. The newspapers catch up. But see, but
Vaping and edibles only.
yeah, that's it. But I guess it becomes hoarding when it technically becomes, I guess we'll say, a mess in your house, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
When it's in your way, when it's being,
Right.
when it's now obstructing your
Right.
exits, shit like
Right.
that.
Right.
Then I think, that would be
But-
hoarding.
Yeah. I mean, but if you're doing if you're someone who is, like with sports memorabilia, right? Right? So you people like to have all of it hanging up on the walls of their favorite team or whatever it is, or they're into all of it where it's just different autographs from different teams, different players, things like that, whether it's on a napkin or, like I'm sure there's stuff out there that we don't even know about that would be like crazy,
Right.
Worth something.
Yeah.
Or not even if it's worth something, if it's just worth the sense of what who it was and why you have it, and it's for you.
For you, it'd be
something.
sentimental,
And
right?
that's,
Yeah,
that's the main thing too.
Anything,
Yeah,
you said before, anything is a collectible.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a friend, and his wife loves pigs.
Right.
So she has like pigs everything, and
Right.
it's like pig this, pig that, pig that. That's her collection. She collects pig stuff.
Right.
Not specific brand or just
Right.
anything pigs.
Well, now saying that now too, collectibles doesn't mean that it's everybody wants it or that it's going to be worth that kind of money.
Yeah.
Collectible is what you do with
reason
all
it's
that you
worth
pick on
money,
shit
it
that
could
you
just
like.
be
Because
just a
because
simple hobby. That's something you do.
The reason something's worth that much money is because it's so rare and sought after that people will pay for it.
Right. When
Because
people know what it is.
want it in
Right.
their collection.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta have this.
Yeah.
I have every X-Men. I gotta have the for X-Men
Yep.
number one.
Yeah, right. And like I said, that's what we were saying
yeah.
before. Started saying like, what makes it that holy grail? What makes it that one off? So like with sneakers, they call it the collaborations. So it's who made the colorway meaning the colors that are on that sneaker, the style of the sneaker, how the sneaker looks, where the line is, where the swoosh is, the bottoms. You got the bubblegum bottoms, you have the cement bottom like in the Jordans and stuff like the Air Force One. So it just depends on what it is. I've got sneakers with a colorway, they don't even make them anymore. Depends on what store you got it in.
Yeah.
So then it depends on where you got that colorway because that's
exclusive to
right to only that
like
one
Foot Locker
store,
only carries
right? Or
this
you're only
Nike.
gonna get it from the
Yeah.
Nike store,
Yeah,
or you're only
yeah.
gonna get it from you said Foot Locker, Dick's, or whatever other sporting goods store. They're
It's
only made that for
promotional.
that.
It's only for
Well,
that.
no, it's not that it's promotional. It's just that that's the only place where you're gonna get that.
Oh, I thought you meant the ones like this is because like for instance, like what my son collects. Actually, that's another one we could talk about. But wait,
No, go ahead.
Continue. So what you were saying?
No, I'm just saying that it's just different things, and like I said, so
exactly.
it could be that so with the Jordans and the Air Force Ones and whatnot, it's just the celebrities that made it. So you had, let's say, you have Pharrell with that guy, and he collaborated with Michael Jordan on whatever Jordans that he was doing and whatnot, and just because of the colors and how it made it, how they did this and whatever to it, that's what makes it that holy grail, because it was Pharrell, the musician, that did that. You get me?
Right.
So then that's what makes it the holy grail. So for sneakers, anyways.
Right.
So what my son loves collecting is Funko Pops.
Really?
And that is that's a whole, and you can get them anywhere now.
What the hell is it?
So Funko Pops is a brand Funko, and they
Right.
make these thing called Pops, and they're these little figurines, and they all short, and they have
Yeah.
black eyes.
They
and
look almost like bobbleheads.
Yeah, and some of them are bobbleheads and it's funny. The guy at the store, we go to a comic book store. The guy explained to me. He says some of them have to be bobbleheads because one of the toy companies has rights to 8-inch figures, and because they're
Right.
an 8-inch figurine, at whatever Disney stuff
Right.
is, they have the rights to it, so they had to make it a bobble. They had to put a bobble.
Yeah,
on it,
yeah.
So it's not a figurine.
That's awesome. See, Lou? That's
That's a Funko, and they make them for
I see.
everything.
Yeah.
They make you could type in Al Bundy, and there's an Al Bundy Funko. You
Yeah.
can get them for. So it's people love it.
Yeah.
So the reason why people love collecting this because they have it for all different shit.
Right.
You
Because
can have
it's-
it for anything.
Yeah.
Anything, any pop
Comics,
culture reference.
anything.
yeah,
anything.
anything. They have it
Yeah.
for anime. They have it for like this one. I was just
Comic
showing you,
books.
Lou's
They have
Scottie Pippen.
Sports players.
Yeah, sport, and now like the LeBron one is
yeah,
fucking insane money. I'm like, what the
There's
fuck?
a lot of Star Wars
Yeah.
ones, Star Trek.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he loves the Halloween ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
sure.
he has a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas ones.
Yeah.
Right.
They make special one with a train, and of course there is a special one. See, and this is where it gets a lot. He's got the whole train, but the train with the clown on it is like $200.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. See, but now does
Because
he
they
take?
make a lot of it, and it's not in production anymore.
Does he
Right.
take care of them?
Yeah, we have them. So we do take them out of the box, but the boxes we keep in a container, a separate container
Yep.
in storage.
Yep.
And he has so the thing is that the guy told us the story is like, oh, you got to go to Michael's and order the baseball bat case.
Yep.
The baseball bat case fits the Funkos perfectly. Not every single one. Sometimes there's ones that are bigger, have weird shapes, but they all fit in the Funko. So we mounted all these cases up on his wall, so they're in the glass case.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
to protect them. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then we got because they do sell, if you want to keep them in the cardboard box, they do sell box protectors and
Yeah.
stuff like
Right,
that.
yeah.
But not all
Oh, yeah.
boxes are the same size, but this fits the general size. And you but like we just keep the boxes in a storage container.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then if we sell them, we just put it back in the box.
Yeah. What you got, Lou?
No, I was just thinking about when remember when they did the glasses at McDonald's? You got the jelly jars.
Yeah,
or
those are collectibles too.
All that stuff,
The McDonald's
yes.
toys are collectibles.
Yes,
Right, it's
they
crazy.
are.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
yeah.
Happy Meal toys are a
And
huge collector.
well, back to in the day, remember they had they had Batman, they had the whole McDonald's gang
And
had
not just
Burglar Grimace
McDonald's,
and
like
whatnot.
Burger King toys.
Burger King
all of
toys,
them.
yup.
McDonald's are the most known
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, right.
But
Yes.
yeah, because I think all the fast food places did stuff, but like McDonald's is the ones that were the most known.
Right.
Yeah, listen, dude, there's something for everyone. You know what I mean?
Actually, you know what's a popular one is from McDonald's when Batman Forever came out.
Yes.
Very controversial. The Penguin.
Okay.
Oh, because there was a big animal activist thing on that too, because they had live penguins on the set as well.
But,
Didn't they?
but that's not the Penguin. You know, the character of the Penguin. He, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Dark and
Yeah.
evil looking.
Right. Which one was the original? Was it the
Yeah,
original?
they swapped him out for the
classic one.
comic book. It didn't look like the Dan DeVito because it was too controversial.
They didn't want to scare the
Shut
shit out of the
up.
kids.
Scare the kids,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me, bro? I never knew that.
So
Never heard
his
that
toy.
before.
we did
Now
something
I
with
wondered, did it come out did it come out with the Danny DeVito first, and then eventually was it something like that?
It might have. They might have in like the testing.
I'm curious.
And someone in the testing was like, "Get rid of this shit."
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
And so they used like the old school one with the glasses.
Right? Yeah, like from the original Batman
Yeah.
and Robin show back in the day.
So me, and because I moved so freaking much, I used to work at a record store, and there was a CD. I want to say, nope, I'm lying to you. I don't even remember who the artist was, but they pulled the artist. So, Insane Clown Posse.
Oh yeah.
ICP. They had an album that was released. They had already distributed it to all the stores. They pulled it the morning it was supposed to come out.
Oh, so some people stole that.
So I had, because I bought it the night before at work because we didn't know they were going to, pull the shit off the shelves. I bought it. Fucking lost now. Because now I'll bet money that if I go to any ICP fan, they're going to pay fucking, yo, dude, if I take it to ICP themselves, to them, they'll probably just buy it from me. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it was one of those things. It was, what it was.
Oh, Mr. Carter.
I remember, yeah. Oh, Mr. Carter. So what it was that Disney signed them. Disney didn't pay any attention to the kind of music, or the kind of hip hop, the kind of rapping that they were doing.
Oh yeah, why would fucking Disney sign that?
So when
All
Disney
people, other
realized
big
it, they're like,
stupid-
whoa,
They're
no.
like, no, the clowns who rap. We don't need to listen.
Yeah, they don't have to
them."
pay no mind. And when they listened, somebody listened to it the night before, whatever it was, and they were like, pull all them shits off. And it was already too late. And they had already, well, then it wasn't too late. Like the stores opened up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. They were pulling them off and shit. It was fucking insane, bro. Posse, Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's stuff like that. That's when weird things happen like that.
We're
Out
juggalos.
of the blue,
We're
it
like
changes the
diehard
course of the,
fans.
the history of something. It's just, if you have this, you're in good shape. I was just reading on this. It was saying like military memorabilia.
Yes.
If you have that kind of stuff,
Oh,
too, is also a big thing. Like,
and that
guys
shit
back
gets
in the day
my-
when they were coming home from World War II, they would take them
Stolen.
back,
Right, they would have
weapons
guns and
or
stuff like that.
helmets and things
Yeah.
like
used to
that.
be able to do that. They used
Yeah.
to be able to
Right.
do it.
Right.
And that shit gets stolen. My grandfather had all his World War II shit stolen.
Did he really?
And we were able to get it, get new stuff, but it's
not his old shit that he went with.
like so like he had all medals and shit that were all fucking stolen.
bro. Bastards.
But he did get a gun. He had a gun from but it had to be filled with lead or something.
Right,
before
yeah, because
that was-
it couldn't be operable.
But he had a Nazi gun.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
he got.
that was a
he sold-
Luger,
and
I
he-
think, if I'm not
Hey,
mistaken.
Ruger.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was, and he sold it to he sold it to my dad's like best friend or something like that.
Yeah. Dude, listen, a lot of that. I had I used to work for Goodwill down in Florida, and we had somebody donated
Was
a
it like
bayonet.
liquid lead? They just like filled it, but they just like
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
liquid lead, and it was hot, and they just put it in there. And so
That was it, yeah. But I had a couple of bayonets, and I had them appraised, and they were real, official groovy bayonets because of who made them, and I don't remember the whole story on all of them, but yeah, I had a couple of them things, bro. Knives, even like just today, different kind of knives, or who's making them, Damascus, samurai swords and stuff like that. Steven Seagal, he goes around and he goes to the master blacksmith.
Yeah.
Or swords makers, and because this guy made it and how many times it was folded that makes,
it's a Luger.
Luger, is it L Luger? Mm-hmm. So what's a Ruger? It's another kind of gun, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think
Often referred to simply as the Luger, is the semi-automatic pistol is widely used in German military during the World War II and is recognizable in distinctive shape and toggle lock mechanism.
There you go. See, so that gun would have been,
if you had that,
worth money.
If you brought that back,
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. Well, I mean, like I said, that it's just war memorabilia. Well, World War I, II, Civil War, stuff like that. You find any of that stuff?
Civil War, wow. Even Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
If you have your hands on that,
Yep. The clothing, the uniforms, even the flags.
Yep.
Get the flag because of when just what's left of the flag. Yeah, it's insane, bro. The thing, and it's
the flag over here in the museum in Milford is the flag that Abraham Lincoln's blood is on when he was assassinated.
Yeah, you told me that.
What would something like that? And I'm not saying, of course, that's like it's sacred. You can't do that.
Yeah,
that's not something you would do, something like that. But I bet you that something like that would be priceless.
But to who?
Priceless.
See, like
to anybody who's a collector of any of that type of
exactly.
Priceless means they would never sell it. Yeah. No.
Yeah, but like you said,
I mean, I'm saying if a collector who was into that kind of stuff said, if I can get my hands on that,
right,
that would be something that they would want.
Yeah, it just again, it's just anything. It just depends on who wants it. That's it.
Right.
Like I said, I'm into comic books. I love sneakers.
Yeah, my dad liked the coins, the trains.
Right. So, but I wouldn't pay yada money for the train. I wouldn't pay any money for the baseball cards and the or the sports cards. I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? A baseball, I would it's no big deal. But you're into baseball. If you got a hockey puck from one of the Ranger games,
I actually have a Gretzky signed puck.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? To you, that means something. To me, I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
My cousin, down in Brooklyn, he was a big collector in comic books and baseball cards and sets, what you guys were talking about earlier. He knew, he talked about all that stuff. And he had mentioned to me the last time I spoke to him, he said it's changed now. It's not the same as the way it was. Everything has changed now. Now people go online and they do their thing with the, they can auction it off or they can sell it. You know what I mean? There's so many different things you can do now online with eBay and whatever. So that's what people are doing. So it's changed to that kind of format versus what they used to do when people would go and trade them and everything at comic book stores. I don't think there's many of those around, honestly.
No, there's a handful, depending on where you go, though, too, because, you
still got to get comic books, obviously,
No, because see, now, too, in comic books, if you go to certain websites, you're reading the comic right off the, out of your computer or whatever, But
you could get a hard copy if you want it.
Oh, yeah.
You probably can order that online, too, as well.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. But, again, it's one of those things, which ones you get. So like I went kind of searching online, matter of fact, like 2 weeks ago, thing, and the comics that I thought would be worth crazy money, I'm like, what? That's it? That's all there is? Because for me in my head, with all these comic books, I have, and no lie, bro, I've got Conan the Barbarian, a Savage Sword of Conan. I have all of those that they're in black and white. And they have all the crazy graphic novel looking stuff. And they're not worth half the money I thought they fucking were.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, bro.
It happens all the time. And you know what the problem is, too? Anything that says collector's item on it is not going to...
Yeah, no.
That's, it's not going to be worth anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not meant to be worth anything.
It's meant just to be... like something you want to keep.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you're a collector, you're going to want it, but doesn't mean
it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
You just want it because you're a collector.
Yeah.
Because it might have like a special foil.
Right, yeah.
That was big in the 90s.
So now that you're saying that too.
90s.
Right. So now here it is. I have all the Death to Supermans. Death to Superman was in the whole series.
I have that.
Because everybody collected that.
But now it depends on what you have it in. So I have it in the wrapper and which foil that you have and what colors for the first, second, and third. But it depends on which one that you have.
And
But mine's in a box.
and then another factor into
folder.
things are
My cousin gave it to me. So.
Do you have a signature with the certificate with the COA certificate author?
Right, for certain things
you
too.
have to have that. I don't. I doubt I have that
If you
for us.
because I remember that was another thing going around too. Is they I'm QVC they were selling like the Death Superman signed by whoever the writer was.
Right. So like
so many
Right.
signed
So they might have like two
autographs.
signatures. They had the signature,
but they signed it and then they put it into the
Right.
foil
Right.
and then it
Or-
was sealed and
yeah.
you can't even see inside because it's just it's a colored seal. So I have
Yeah.
black, white, and red, and I have it where, like I said, it's sealed and you can't see the comic itself. Those aren't even
And
worth
you- and
what
you-
the fuck it was.
No.
What I thought it was.
No, they might be. Don't get rid of them.
No, no. I'm not getting rid of them. I'm
Things-
just saying, like,
the
you
weird
know,
thing
Because you
about
know
that
what?
stuff.
Because you know what's
does
going to
this.
happen. People,
Right.
some
Things
people,
change.
Some people get rid of them because it's not worth that much. They get rid of
Right.
it.
Yeah. No.
Right.
And then you kept it,
And
so-
that's what it is. Like I go to I've been to Comic-Con several
Yeah,
times, and I love Comic-Con, bro.
yeah.
But Comic-Con isn't what it sounds like to those who haven't been there. You got all the cosplays, you got people that dress up as all these characters,
Yeah, and,
and they're not
comic
selling.
books, Star Wars. You got
Yeah,
everything.
but it's not just selling the it's
That's
selling the
thing with
artwork.
Funkos. They have like Comic Con ones that they release, and it's like oh,
And
it's only
exactly,
at
there's
Comic-Con.
it's so different. It's not like
yeah.
just Comic Con. It's not that
Yeah.
they're just sitting there and they're selling comic books and you walking
no,
up and
people
down all
that
these
dress
aisles.
up,
It's
it's a whole
just
big
so
thing,
many
man.
things
Oh,
in
they
there. It's
have a
insane.
panel with people
Yeah.
from TV shows.
Yeah.
Like The Walking Dead was a comic.
That
book,
was
so they-
right. Started
it
with,
was a
but I had
comic
I went
adaptation.
I went to one and Mark Hamill was
sounds-
walking through the crowd.
It always looks like to me whenever I see anything
Yeah, he was
online.
just,
it
that's
looks
right.
like
He's just walking. He's just nonchalantly walking. Through
Yeah,
the
he was walking
Right.
through and everybody was coming in. I got pictures of that
They were
shit.
like, "Wow, that's a good cosplay."
Yeah, exactly.
it looks like it's a lot of fun. from
Yeah,
what
no,
I've
I
seen.
love it, bro. But you gotta like the crowd. You gotta
Chase
make the
wants to
crowd.
go, so we're gonna have to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
You gotta go. But I'm gonna
the
tell
crowd.
But you know what's
Dude.
weird about speaking about signatures, real quick, because I know we only got a short amount of time. Is another weird thing that started happening is you would get signatures from people from celebrities who would sign like a baseball, or
Right.
they would sign, or like it would just be like a random thing is worth a lot. Like who's a big celebrity now? Taylor Swift.
you. Right.
Can you imagine if you had like a comic book that you liked and it was signed by Taylor Swift, or like there's weird random things like this.
Yeah.
I have a baseball bat signed by Taylor
Yeah.
Swift.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
Like, it's still
But
worth
see,
it, 'cause
it would
that's a
only be
weird,
worth
obscure thing.
right, but it would be only worth money if you had the picture to go with it, or there
Oh,
was some
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
document. So like,
yeah.
right. So now she's
Well,
with
you would
Kelsey.
you have to get authenticated. You bring it to an authenticator, and they go, "That's really her signature."
Right. Well, what I'm saying, but still, that you would have to say on a football because now
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
with Travis Kelsey.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
then, if
yeah.
you get a football that says Kansas
From
City
the
on
Super Bowl.
it,
what
from the
would
Super
be-
Bowl
game worn jersey by
Right.
Travis Kelsey, signed
by
both of
fucking
them.
Taylor Swift, bro. You know how
both
much that shit would fucking be?
millions.
God,
But only now,
Insane.
in 10 years. Not so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, well, probably not.
Maybe not.
Because maybe
Yeah.
someone else is more popular.
Right,
now.
because
Yeah.
right at the moment now would be the time you would probably want to sell that.
Yeah.
But then again, you never know. Somewhere down the line, somebody might
That's
see
like-
that and go, "Hey, I
That's
want
like
that."
if in the early 2000s you had a shirt that Justin Timberlake wore with NSYNC, and it was
Right.
signed by Britney Spears.
Yeah. Well, what about? But what about Jenny?
Now it might not be worth as much, but back then when they were super
I have no-
popular,
Yeah, Jenny the masseuse that she's talking about, like when she went to
She went to see the Osbournes.
yeah, and getting stuff from Ozzy,
Yeah.
that was signed or an old shirt or whatever the case. Like that was, was Ozzy because back in the day, that's what the celebrities did. All those singers,
Yeah,
they'll wipe their face
that
with
was
a
a big
towel and
deal.
throw it into the fucking crowd. I'm like, you know what I mean? And they get hit in the head with a pair of bloomers.
Well, I remember back in the day, as far as Kiss was concerned, if you got Paul Stanley would break a guitar, of course they would throw picks into the crowd and
Right.
stuff like that too. All of them do that, but he would break a guitar and then throw it into the audience.
Oh,
Sometimes
So
they throw
if
the
someone has that, or it's drumsticks, if you have any of that kind of stuff too, a concert may
there you go, a collectible.
memorabilia.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then you had to have the ticket to show that that's where you got it from
I
at
have
that
all my
particular
tickets
concert
from
and
all my
stuff.
concerts. Yeah, but I'm saying that would be cool. Like I have a couple of pics from a Kiss concert when they got back together.
that's another collectible thing.
Yeah,
too,
and it's
ticket
aces
stubs.
actually. They're all aces because he was the one who threw them at me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like I
That
said,
kind of stuff is good. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff is good too.
hell yeah. And they say
Because you
even
never
like
know. Beatles, Who,
yeah,
stones.
Yeah.
All that stuff is crazy.
Any interest that you have, there's going to be collectibles.
Right, because there's other people that
Kiss
find the same way.
collectibles.
Right.
Yep, because there's other
Absolutely.
people that like that stuff, and they're like,
right.
"Oh, I couldn't get to that concert. I want one," and and take it. Madonna had that book out, the book of seal. So many people wanted to see what the book was inside. I kept mine sealed. I didn't care. I got that shit in storage. You know what I mean? I said, I'm probably rich and don't even know it.
Yeah. Well,
I keep sitting back saying, God bless me with good looks instead of money. And here it is. I could be sitting on a ton of fucking money and not even know it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for not disagreeing with that.
Could be.
Just saying, man. But yeah, I love that stuff. I love it.
all right.
It's fun. But so then with that, thank you everybody for listening. Catch you guys on the next one. Love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And go vegan.
Hello.